Our tale begins in a time long ago in the ancient city of Jerusalem. The city was abuzz with activity. The air was thick with anticipation and fear. A man named Jesus, known to many as the Messiah, awaited a fate that would forever change the course of history. Jesus was not an ordinary man. He was a beacon of hope for many, a symbol of compassion and love. Yet, his teachings were met with resistance from those in power. Accused of blasphemy and sedition, Jesus was sentenced to death. His death was not a quiet one. Forced to bear a heavy cross, he was led through the streets of Jerusalem, enduring humiliation and pain. The crucifixion of Jesus is one of the most poignant moments in history. Nailed to a cross, he faced his end with grace and dignity. His final words, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," echo the empathy and forgiveness that marked his life. Following his death, Jesus was taken down from the cross. His body was anointed with spices, wrapped in a linen shroud, and laid to rest in a tomb. A large stone was rolled in front of the entrance, sealing the tomb. The burial of Jesus was a somber event, marked by grief and despair. His followers mourned his loss, their hopes seemingly dashed. Little did they know that the greatest miracle was yet to come. 3 days later, an extraordinary event occurred. The tomb was found empty, the stone rolled away. Jesus, who was once dead, had risen. The resurrection of Jesus is a cornerstone of Christian belief. It symbolizes the triumph over death and the promise of eternal life. The death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ are central themes in Christianity. They represent the ultimate act of love and sacrifice. Jesus, willingly accepting death, bore the sins of humanity to offer salvation. In his death, we see the depth of his compassion, his willingness to suffer for the sake of others. In his burial, we see the despair and darkness that often accompany loss. But in his resurrection, we see hope, the promise of new beginnings, and the assurance of life eternal. This is the story of Jesus Christ. It's a story of love, sacrifice, and redemption. It's a story that answers our deepest questions about the meaning of life and the path to salvation. As we navigate through our own lives, may we find inspiration in this timeless tale, and may we strive to embody the values of love, compassion, and forgiveness that Jesus so powerfully demonstrated.